Good morning and happy Thursday. Well, listen, the one thing I was thinking this morning as I'm getting back in quote unquote routine. We all have routines, we all have things that we do that kind of, whatever it does for us and to us, it does. So back to routine, it is January, but for some reason, sometimes our routines can change up and some things call for change. I was thinking this morning, a lot of people are like, oh, new year, new law. And every year they resolve to cut people out of their lives, to cut things out of their lives. And each year they become lonelier and bitter and more reclusive and older. And if that is your New Year resolution, if that's the first and only thing that you're thinking about, now I do get that if there is an influx of negative energy and you're thinking every person around you has negative energy, sometimes we need to check in with ourselves. What are we giving out? Because sometimes what we receive is what we're giving out. So take a pause and reflect. What is the energy that comes out of me? What is the energy that I'm feeling, literally feeling deep inside? You can't mask that. You can't mask it with your eyes. You can't mask it with, whatever. You just can't mask that, what you're actually feeling. And sometimes we allow things to eat us up inside, And I know for me, if I'm feeling an inkling of anything that's off, I'll give it 3 hours, then I'll give it 3 days. And if I'm still feeling the same after that, sometimes I may give it 3 weeks, but no longer. Because sometimes you just have to kind of like check in with your own self. What am I feeling? What am I giving out? What is my energy? What is my role in this situation? And how do I resolve it? Not so much for another person, but how do I resolve my own peace so that I can feel at peace? And sometimes you have to have the conversations. Sometimes you have to have clarity. Sometimes you have to have an understanding. And that's what communication is all about. So as we resolve this year, whatever it is, to start over, to cut out things, for me, I'm once again cutting back on my sugar, my dessert. And I don't know. Is it a resolution though? Because now I have to check in with myself. Do I say I'm cutting it out or I'm cutting back? Sometimes we're thinking we got to cut out certain situations, anything that's not healthy for you. So to be honest with you, if you're overdoing something or even doing something and it's not healthy for you, spirit, mind, and body, reset. So sometimes I just call it a point of reset to kind of balance out your chakras, balance out your body, balance out your blood sugar, balance out whatever it is, balance out your flow of energy, balance out your career, balance out your family. Sometimes things get lopsided, balance out your finances. What is it this new year, 2024, that is not going to pull you away, that is not going to age your spirit, that is not going to cut everything and everyone out of your life, that is not going to make you become this minuscule, insignificant, old, grumpy curmudgeon. But what is it that's going to continue to feed our energy, feed our spirit, and continue to allow us to grow? So sometimes if you've got to have that 5-minute conversation to reset your peace, to reset your relationship with your spouse, with your friends, with your siblings, with your brother, with your sister, with whomever, with your coworkers, with your neighbor, whatever it is that is inching at you and aging you as the years go by, reset that. Go back and make it right. Make peace within yourself. Because at the end of the day, I just got back from a funeral memorializing my brother. At the end of the day, we all say, if I had known. At the end of the day, we allow things to fester and eat us up. At the end of the day, we continue on a path that we know is not physically emotionally, spiritually, or mentally healthy for us. And it's a lot of times it's not the other person. Check in with ourselves. How do I approach this issue? And what do I need to do, be, and say? So from my current vantage point to yours, Happy New Year. Let's reset. For me, it's typically around after Sam's birthday, which is January 6th. After the first week, when you get rid of all of throw the stuff out the refrigerator, finish up the black cake, get rid of the cookies, and just kind of like reset. Sometimes elimination is not the best option. It's not the best thing. Sometimes resetting. Sometimes it's cutting back, scaling back, and sometimes it's total elimination if that's what you need to be healthy in every way. So from my current vantage point to yours, happy Thursday, happy New Year, and make it a fantastic day. I'm off to work. Reset.